Hey guys, Kevin, Muddy River Tactical. Thank you for joining us. Today, as you can see, I just pulled up to the range, out here shooting all sorts of pistols. But today, the pistol I'm really wanting to shoot and bring you this review on is a Taurus TH10. So in the past, I've always had good luck with Taurus. Taurus has been hit or miss for a lot of people. I have to say, and it's really hard to argue with, over the recent years, Taurus has gotten better and better and has really impressed me with their overall quality and reliability and just how much they've progressed over the years and kind of built into the pistols they are today. The old Tauruses way back in the day, people had issues with, but the company has really changed, and I think it's my understanding that the company has kind of changed hands maybe, or managed by different people. But whatever's going on with Taurus, up until now, I've had great luck with them, and it just keeps going that direction. So hopefully it keeps going. The 10mm, you either love it or hate it, but it's got a loyal following to it. It's just a beast of a round. You know, when you start talking about a 10mm, it's good for, you know, all the way from self-defense, from just general concealed carry to bears to wildlife to outdoors. You know, it's got a big range of what it can be good for. And some people just like going to the range and shooting 10mm. Just the feel of the power of the round is just something different than you don't get from a 9mm or something in that range. So just like the TH45 has a 4¼ inch barrel, is a double action, single action, same way. It's got the safety on it, got a serrated rear sight, front white dot sight. The grip overall feels really good in your hand. And the TH45 was a pleasure to shoot, and I don't think this is going to be much different. I think it's going to shoot every bit as good. It's really the exact same frame as the TH45, so if you like that gun, if that gun felt good to you, you're going to get the same type of feel to it. So the cool thing about this being double single action, you know, you can keep it cocked and locked like what you would like a 1911 style gun, or you don't have to. You can just go to straight double action. If that makes you feel safer, it just gives you the versatility to carry the gun either way, which is nice in my opinion. Also in the 10mm market, when they first started, there's more high-end guns. Well, not everybody wants to spend that much on a gun, and especially for me anyways, a 10mm is just a straight go to the range and have fun thing. It's not something that me personally I'm going to carry for concealed carry. Not saying you couldn't, it's not in my wheelhouse of what I personally like. I'd rather train with a 9mm and shoot more rounds and be more comfortable that way. But there's no arguing, you take that size bullet right there and they're just all around fun to shoot. So I find myself more and more taking them to the range, just something fun. Like I said, feel the power of that round. But the guys that go hunting with them and stuff, if you're out in the woods and then nature and hiking and stuff, I personally wouldn't want a $1,000 gun on my hip. You know, when you take this, the price range is half of that, or in that range. You know, it doesn't bother you if you're walking through the woods and it gets scratched on or something like that. It's not as big of a deal. So for me in the market, I think this is a better option than a lot of them. I just really like the price tag of them. And with Taurus and how reliable they've been, you really have nothing to lose there. It's got a 2-slot on the front for any lights or lasers if you so chose. So you can also use it for a home defense gun or something like that, and it'd be very viable. It comes with two 15-round magazines. So 15 rounds of 10mm, you got plenty of firepower for any situation you should ever find yourself in, I would think. So let's put the first mag through this and then we'll come back. I got 2 mags we'll shoot, but I just want to shoot it and get the general impression. Then we'll go over a few final things. Shoots pretty good. For being that big of a round, it really is very controllable. Yeah, this shoots every bit as good as the 45 version of it did, which 10mm or 45 aren't super far apart. I won't get into all the specs because I personally don't know them all. So there's some guys in the comments that can give you a whole school down of 45 to 10 millimeter, but this the 45 and now this 10 millimeter shoot just as good. So let me shoot this other mag through it. I'm gonna shoot a few slow and then a few faster, just try to give you, these are the only 2 rounds, so we're gonna shoot 30 rounds through it. This won't be a full review by any means. This is just a first impressions on overall how the gun feels. Yeah, this gun's definitely fun to shoot. Just something about the 10 millimeter, just kind of like the old school 45s, just something about them just makes them fun. You know, it's like kind of being like a kid in a candy store, you know, and a 22 or 9 millimeter just don't have much kick to it, which is a good thing. But just going to something like this, just, it's cool to feel the power to it. Overall, this pistol feels really good. The recoil wasn't bad at all. The texture on it and those finger grooves, in my opinion, help immensely. If they didn't put these finger grooves in there, I think this gun would be a lot harder to control than what it is. So I'm really impressed by that. It does, I didn't mention earlier, have interchangeable back straps if you so chose. This one that comes on it fits in my hand and feels really good. So I personally wouldn't change it. The only thing I would say, and I've said this on a lot of guns, is up here where it's smooth and not much texture on either side. I wish it had some more texture up there. I think it would aid the recoil management a little bit more, but it's hard to knock it because it's still really good like it is, but it's just something I would personally note. It doesn't have front serrations on it either, which isn't a deal breaker. However, I do like them. I'm one of those guys that tend to rack off the front quite a bit, mainly because I'm an optics guy, which this gun is not optic ready. That's something to note as well. But I've just got, excuse me, over the last year really shooting optics a lot. With the optic in the way, I hate going anywhere near that. So it's just as fast for me to go off the front. So I wish the front serrations were there, but it's not a deal breaker. It's still doable, not a problem at all. It's got the rear serrations on it right there. The controls are ambi, which I really like being a left-handed shooter. That's something cool. The mag release is ambi, so you don't have to swap it. It's just ready to go both ways. So anybody can pick up this pistol, do absolutely nothing to it, and shoot it. Being as a 10 millimeter, I wouldn't really say it's a beginner's gun by any means. You would definitely want to step somebody up to this gun. You don't want to be like, hey, here's your first time at the range, shoot a 10 millimeter and get them gun shy, so to speak of it. But if you're familiar and use any type of firearms, pistol fundamentals, it shoots really good and super controllable. I wouldn't even hesitate letting my wife shoot this because she's shot enough guns. I think she could even control this, and you know, she's 135 pounds. So it's that good on the recoil management. So if you guys have any long-term experience with these, or let me know your thoughts, I'd love to hear them in the comment section below. And for those of guys that really know and geek out on like the spec difference between 45 and 10 millimeter, if you want to leave that in the comment section below, I'm sure people that are coming to look at this video would like that information as well, if maybe they're thinking about dabbling up to the 10 millimeter and never gone to one before. It may be some helpful information. On the holster side of things, we've been super busy like always, which is why I'm slow getting these videos out. I haven't made it to the range near as much as I wish I could with the podcast going on and just everything at the shop. It's a great problem to have. I just haven't made it out here enough. Holster wise for these TH10s, they use the exact same holster as a TH45. So if you have a TH45 and are gonna buy one of these and have a holster from us, you're good to go on the holster side. No worries, don't have to buy a different one. But for those of you that are asking, I don't believe, I'll have to check with our website guys. I think on our site it just says TH45, but anything you see at muddyrivertactical.com for a TH45 will fit this. We make it in all of our Kydex holsters, so you're good to go there. But overall, I greatly appreciate you guys joining me. If you have any questions about holsters, concealed carries, different pistols, this gun, anything, always feel free to leave them in the comment section below, or the easiest way is to email me at support@muddyrivertactical.com. Sarah, our office manager, responds to a lot of them, but if you have a question for me specifically, just leave a note like in the subject line, "Attention Kevin," and I'll definitely get to you as fast as possible. We appreciate each and every one of you. So until next time, keep practicing and always be prepared.